All right, YouTube, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. It's December 4th. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 games to jump into today on this beautiful Saturday. We went 2-0 yesterday. I see some people in the comments being like, why only like 2 games yesterday and everything like that? My biggest thing that I keep saying in these videos, so it shouldn't be a surprise to you, is just don't force anything. Bet what you really like. No one wants to just throw money out there and bet to bet, right? So I only had 2 plays that I really liked last night. The Warriors against the Suns and Anthony Edwards under 21.5 points. So I wasn't going to force a third one. So I do apologize if you're coming looking for way more plays than that, or, you have better ideas, and I guess the video doesn't necessarily confirm them, or I'm not riding with those, but it is what it is. Some nights we're going to have a million games and just a few plays. Some nights we'll have 3 games, but like 4 plays that night. It's just how it works. So, hope that doesn't disappoint the most of you guys. I just do see all the comments, and I see the comments that are like, oh, what's up with just 2 plays tonight? That type of thing, but we gave you 2 winners, right? So can't be too mad. We went 2-0 yesterday, bringing our record to 6-3 in December. So far, so good for December. It's still really early, though. A lot can change, but I like where we're at right now. But yeah, let's jump into today's game. Before we do, guys, I'm going to ask you guys to hit that subscribe button. We are closing in. We're less than 500 subscribers away from 5,000 subscribers, which is absolutely absurd. We make Celtics content, NBA content on this channel. I said this season, screw it. Let's start doing these picks videos. Never claimed to be an expert, anything like that. Like, I could go out here and suck at this, and I'm still putting my picks out on the line and look like a doofus if we're losing. We've had bad nights. We've showed up here the next day. I love what this pick series has done for the channel. It's taken this channel from like 1,000 subscribers to, these picks videos being the better reason of, or I guess the majority holder of getting us to, near 5,000 subscribers. So I can't thank you guys enough, people that tune in each and every day. But if you are new, we're here just about every single day. 99% of days giving you our NBA picks. So if you are new, hit that subscribe button. And if you're new, if you're not new, if you're one of the OGs, like the video right now. And keep an eye on the pinned comment as I close down this ramble here and this rant. The pinned comment is going to be where my final plays are. So we go through each and every game. I give you my lean. I give you where my head's at. But my final plays, when I'm actually putting my money on, my true picks, will be in the pinned comment. And it gets updated throughout the day until it says final ticket. Deep breath. Enough of a rant there. Let's jump into today's slate, and we have a great hashtag of the day shout out, so stay tuned till the end of the video. But let's jump right into it. The first game we have tonight is the Knicks hosting the Nuggets here. Knicks 2-point favorites at home. This Knicks team, what do I always say about them? They're just up and down, win, loss, win, loss. They've lost a couple in a row now to 2 good teams, to Brooklyn, to Chicago. I think I'm leaning Knicks in this one. Nerlens Noel questionable. RJ Barrett upgraded to probable, so those are, I guess, RJ Barrett getting upgraded to probable is good news here, just getting another scorer on that team. I think Denver, regardless if Jokic plays or not, I think he's been healthy as the last few games here. This team has been in a slide. The Knicks, seeming like they're about to go down a slide. This Knicks team desperately needs a win. They are at home. I like the Knicks here, -2. I think that's a very, very fair number. That's got a really good chance of making the ticket tonight. So keep an eye on the pinned comment for my final plays, because I really do like this Knicks number. If this was anywhere from like 4.5 to 5.5, I'd have to think long and hard about it. But the Knicks are just chomping at the bit for a win, and this is a good spot for them. I really do believe that. So Knicks -2 is going to be my lean in the first game there. Next up, we have the Nets hosting the Chicago Bulls here. This Bulls team, we've been all over them this year. I really like this Bulls team. This Nets team coming off a back-to-back. We were on the right side of it. I didn't put it in there. I didn't make a final play on the Timberwolves yesterday, but it was my lean yesterday that the Timberwolves would hang with the Nets, and they did. This Bulls team getting 3 points on the road. The Nets back-to-back. I lean Bulls, but it's going to be tough for me to make that final play. As much as I like this Bulls team this year, and as much as I think that they are, they could win this game outright, to be honest, I do think this Nets team, is just better than them. And this back-to-back, yes, they went toe-to-toe with the Timberwolves. Maybe that back-to-back impacts the Nets. Maybe someone sits out late. You don't even know. But I would lean Bulls just because I think that back-to-back is going to weigh on them. And I do like this Bulls team, but it's going to be tough for me to make that final play. I don't know if 3 points is truly enough for the Bulls, but that is my lean. Next up, we have the Bucks hosting the Miami Heat. Miami, they've had to deal with some injuries here. Jimmy Butler's out. Bam Adebayo still out. This Bucks team, I hate to bet him because they did kind of screw us with that Giannis, getting game time decision and he's out. Actually, not even a game time decision. There's like no info on the interwebs about Giannis being out a couple games ago and then he sat out. He is doubtful here. So if Giannis doesn't play, I really don't see why someone would bet this Bucks team. But at the same time, this Miami Heat team is not the same team without Bam Adebayo or Jimmy Butler, and I shouldn't be breaking any news to you guys. So if Giannis doesn't play, I think this line would drop. Right now it's 6.5. If Giannis doesn't play, maybe that line drops to 4.5. Maybe it drops to 4, and I like the Bucks there. If Giannis does end up playing, I'm staying away from this game. I would lean Milwaukee if Giannis plays, but as I talk through it, as I say it out loud, if Giannis plays, I probably lean Milwaukee. If he doesn't play, depending on the number, it's probably going to be a stay-away game for me because then that's sort of like, you don't even know what to expect. No Jimmy Butler, no Bam Adebayo, no Giannis. It's like, well, then who are these teams without those guys? So this is most likely going to be a stay-away if Giannis is truly doubtful. But with Giannis, I would hope that this Bucks team can take care of a Miami Heat team who really needs those two guys that are injured. I know, not what you guys are looking for in that game. That was a lot of, hey, I'm on this side of the fence. I'm on this side of the fence. No, I'm going to stay right on top of the fence. But hey, just telling you guys the truth here. All right, next up we have the Mavericks hosting the Grizzlies here. Mavericks 4.5-point favorites at home. The Grizzlies could be without Kyle Anderson, Clark. Obviously, we know John Morant, and on the Dallas side of things, Kristaps Porzingis and Willie Cauley-Stein are questionable. This Grizzlies team's actually playing good basketball. Now, they've beat the Kings, Raptors, and Thunder, so I don't want to, toot their horn too much, but no John Morant, they've actually proved to be a decent team, and I know you'd be like, oh, they beat the Thunder, big deal. They beat the Thunder by 1,000,000 points. Right? Like, I think they set the record, possibly, for how many points they won by. So this team clearly can score the ball and everything like that. On the road, though, against Dallas, Dallas seems like this game would mean more to them than it would the Grizzlies. Dallas have lost 3 out of their last 4, and they've lost to the Pelicans, the Cavs, the Wizards, and the only other one was the back-to-back there, the home-and-home with the Pelicans. So this game seemingly means a little bit more, in my mind, to the Dallas Mavericks than it would the Grizzlies. So I would lean Dallas, but I need Porzingis to play. Willie Cauley-Stein, maybe I could say I need one of those guys to play. I don't want to be totally without those 2 big guys for Dallas, leaving them thin at that position or the front court there. I would lean Dallas here only because this game means more for them. And this is a lean, like lowercase times, I don't know, font size 2. Like, this is not a strong lean for me. Let me know in the comments down below if you guys feel the same way or what you guys are thinking on this game, because this is a game where it's kind of up in the air for me. I don't know if I'm going to be playing it. I don't know if I'm going to be putting my money where my mouth is here, but I do lean Dallas just because I think Memphis is playing better. I'll give you that, but I think Dallas, this game means a little bit more to them, and that's sort of where my head's at. Next up, we have the Warriors taking on the Spurs. Warriors 8.5-point favorites here. Warriors got it done last night, sadly ending the Suns streak, but I am loving the Warriors this year. You know that. We're on the Dub Nation train. We've been riding it. But now they're on the second night of a back-to-back here. Andre Iguodala's questionable, and that's only the real biggest injury here. The Spurs won 3 in a row: Boston, Washington, Portland, and the Warriors here are I guess you would say the hottest team in the NBA right now after taking down the Suns there. Less Devin Booker, I get that. But I think we still ride with the Warriors. This number, 8.5, is huge. So the only reason I might not play it is because that number's huge. But if I could buy a point down to maybe 7.5, I don't care about the back-to-back. I think I still ride with the Warriors in this one. They've been a team that has cashed for us all year long. The only games that they really have are games that have been really tough ones, like when we took them against the Suns 2 games ago, but then they came back for revenge last night. I think we still ride with the Warriors here, guys. Keep an eye on the pinned comment, though, obviously. See if I end up playing that one. It's a big number. I don't know if I buy a point down, kill the odds, that type of thing. But I feel like I'm indebted to this Warriors team to continue to take them until they don't cover a bunch of games in a row or something. So we might be riding with that one just because we are loyal. But keep an eye on the pinned comment. Next up, we have the Blazers hosting the Celtics here. Celtics 1.5 favorites on the road here. This Blazers team, we saw them without Damian Lillard, and they got smacked around by San Antonio. The Celtics team just had a long-fought battle with Utah last night. They are in a back-to-back. That Utah game, they scored like 270 points total. So I think I lead Celtics here. Guys, you know what I always say. If you're going to ride with me and take the Celtics here, know that I'm a huge Celtics fan. Know that I'm a massive Celtics fan, that I won't bet against the Celtics, even if I don't like the spot for them or anything like that, right? But I do like this number. If this number was any higher, I'd be off of it. But Celtics fan or non-Celtics fan, I think that the Celtics come back with a win tonight. they're not playing a great team. I like this Blazers team, but they don't have Damian Lillard, so they're not playing a great team here. This Blazers team without Lillard loses to the Spurs, and maybe they internalize that and say, "Oh, we got to step it up," or maybe they say, "Oh boy, this is gonna be tough," and they start going down on themselves, type of thing. So the Celtics number -1.5, that is my lean right there. I will say keep an eye on the pinned comment because I got to think that one through, because I can watch the Celtics just win a game, no money on the line, and have full enjoyment in it. You know what I mean? So that's just me being transparent with you guys. You guys know that I do that. Like, I am biased, and I give a big old middle finger to someone that says, "Hey, strip out your bias for these picks videos." You're right. I should. Guess what? I won't. So if I do take the Celtics, little bit of a flag there that I am a big Celtics fan, and it could be biased. But hey, if you like the Celtics for other reasons, then, hey, we can ride. But keep an eye on the pinned comment there. Last game of the night, we have the Clippers traveling to Sacramento to take on the Kings here. I've seen this actually as a pick'em. My book, we have -1 on the Clipper side of things, and that's fishy to me, guys. I want to take the Clippers big time. I think that, this is a revenge spot for them. Obviously, they lost to them a couple nights ago. Paul George didn't end up playing. Yes, the Clippers are on a back-to-back, whatever, but Paul George didn't end up playing on the second night of a back-to-back, and he got ruled out like last minute, not last minute, but a couple hours before, we put in our bet. So luckily, we were about to place Clippers -8 against the Kings, and Paul George rests. That might happen again because this line's so small. I wonder if Vegas knows something or they've heard little rumblings of something. I don't know why the Clippers would only be a point favorite against this Kings team. So I'm going to hold off on playing this. But if we can keep that number at -1 and everyone on every team plays, actually Harrison Barnes downgraded to doubtful, and Mo Harkless downgraded to out too. So like 2 guys on the Kings. I would obviously say Barnes is more important. Now probably not playing. So we got to keep an eye on that, because if we can get this game at -1 for the Clippers, it's almost like, to me, maybe I'm just the dummy in the room. There's like a mistake being made here. Why are the Clippers only? I know that I think the Clippers may have been a little bit overrated, and they've been on a little bit of a slide, if we're being completely honest, but -1 against this Kings team doesn't really compute to me. I'm all over that if Paul George does indeed play. So I'll hold off on that. This is one where you're going to want to keep an eye on the pinned comment, because if Paul George is in, I'm taking that number. But all right, let's move on to the shout out and the hashtag of the day, guys. If you don't know what the hashtag of the day is, I'm about to go through it. This is what we do every single day. We pick someone from the comments in the most recent video. So yesterday's video that used the hashtag of the day, which I'm about to give you, and you let me know your picks, you let me know your plays. You don't have to go 100%. You just got to let me know what you're doing. If you have a good night, if you have a positive night, or if you just have a funny joke or something like that, you have a chance to be shouted out in the next video. Yesterday's hashtag, it was very creative. It was Friday, so we did hashtag Friday, and Hot Wired Bug says, here's my one dumb pick for tonight. And I saw this and I was like, all right, I'm in, because I am a self-proclaimed dummy. Here's his one pick for tonight. He parlayed the Cavs +2.5, Nets, Jazz, and Sixers, all money line there, and boom. How about that? It's his dumb pick. Guess it wasn't that dumb. Howard, guess it wasn't that dumb. He's got the Cavs. Cavs end up winning 116-101. The Nets won by 5. The Jazz beat the Celtics by 7. And the Sixers ended up taking the dub over the Hawks by 2. So he gets his parlay. I don't think it's that dumb now, is it? But I do love the here's my one dumb pick for the night, because I could say that about this whole video. Here's my one dumb video for you guys today. But let's get into today's hashtag. Today's hashtag is going to be money, because it's the weekend. We're about to make some money on some picks. I like our spots tonight, everything like that. So make sure to keep an eye on the pinned comment, guys, for my picks, for any player props added. Obviously, you guys know I don't really do player props in the video, but because these are more against the spread type, that's what I want to update you guys on, and I feel like more confident on those. But I wanted to let you guys know what I'm playing each and every night, and that's why I include my player props in the pinned comment there. But yeah, hashtag money. Drop that in the comments with your plays. It could be one play, it could be a parlay, it could be a list of plays. And if you have a positive night, if you have a good night, if you have a winning night, you have a chance to be featured and shouted out in tomorrow's video. So one last shout out there to Hot Wired for his dumb parlay. He's got to put in a lot more dumb parlays. The guy will buy a new house. But we'll catch you guys in the next video. Again, hashtag money is today's parlay, or hashtag of the day. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.